Welcome back to Mommy Talk Show. I'm Joyce Brewer, the creator and host of Mommy Talk Show. And we've been talking about some really fun and interesting topics. We talked about social media, we talked about dads and things like that. And I want to talk to the moms about their pregnancy experiences, specifically in comparison to a really popular show called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant, where these women are clearly deranged. But I'll tell you what my husband calls the show, and I'll say it in a family-friendly way. I forgot I was beeping. And you fill that in however you want to. Because how could you not know you were pregnant if you were not beeping? So these women were beeping, so clearly they got pregnant. But Kathy, I want to start with you. When you see this show or hear about these women who go 6, 7, clearly 9 to 10 months and don't know they're pregnant and then like give birth in the grocery store, what goes through your mind?
Oh my gosh, I made the mistake of watching it when I was pregnant. And my husband, I was watching it and I was like, oh my god. My husband's like, what are you watching? So he came out of his, out of the studio and sat down and watched it with me, and we were traumatized. We saw the episode where the lady gave birth to her child in the toilet, and I was like, so when I was like having contractions and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want my daughter to be born in a toilet, kind of thing. So, and someone had told me, don't watch that TLC show now that you're pregnant. But of course, you go and do what people tell you not to do, right? I don't understand how someone cannot know. I've heard of people that I actually know that said, oh, I just found out I'm 5 months pregnant. And, I'm kind of like, not really sure. I mean, how can you not know you're pregnant? To me, that's a little...
It's crazy.
Amy, insane.
When you see the show, I mean, is that anything like your pregnancy experience?
Okay, well, since my daughter is 10 and my stories are a little bit older, and I was told not to watch A Baby Story on TLC. So, at the time, I was only like 21 pregnant, and I watched A Baby Story, and I was religious about it because they were all happy stories. And then one day, I was about 6 months pregnant, and at the end of it, the lady said, "Oh God, just cut me." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I didn't get sick. I had a normal cycle, everything. I was all, when I finally went to the ultrasound specialist, because they did an ultrasound with the doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, you're not 3 months." I'm like, "No, I'm not." So I was 5 months.
Sherry, when you see these deranged women, as I like to call them, who did not know they were pregnant, can you identify at all with them?
Yeah, it just definitely baffles me. Yeah, that show is crazy. Like, I'm thinking, how can you not know? But I do know one girl personally who did not, well, she said that she didn't know she was pregnant.
But did you know? Would you say soon after you got pregnant?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would definitely, because I wanted to be, so I made sure, I was checking the pregnancy test, I was on it. I wanted to make sure that I was. So, so I definitely knew right away. But, I did not have sickness, the morning sickness, like a lot of people do. So I guess, it can be kind of hard to know. But then there's some people who have major sickness, like right after. So, I don't think I had a great pregnancy. I didn't feel sick. I definitely craved more stuff, and then I was like gaining the weight, so I definitely knew that I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So,
well, I can say, like, for me, I can't say I definitely knew I was pregnant. Thanks to my husband tracking my cycle very regularly, he reminded me that I was late. So that's how I knew. He was like, "Aren't you supposed to be?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I went and took the test, and I was very shocked because, like I said, we'd only been married a month or a month and a half. So I was like, oh my goodness. And probably maybe 2 weeks after that, I definitely started having symptoms. I wasn't sick or anything, but I definitely felt different in my body. And I really didn't start showing till I was like 4 or 5 months. But once I started showing, I was showing. Oh yeah. So the fact that these women walk around with flat bellies for 9 months, or they say the baby was, I carried them in a weird way, I don't believe that. I think it's a bunch of crap. I think they didn't want to be pregnant. I think they didn't want to tell somebody that they were pregnant, and they were in this denial mode, and then they sat on the toilet and had a baby. I don't get it.
I crack up at the ones that had it like at the prom and stuff.
Well, that's
they have it in the bathroom.
They were hiding. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But or I was watching one of the ones. Not only did the lady not know she was pregnant, she was in Europe. She was pregnant with twins. Delivered them both at home. I was like, get the HE double hockey sticks out of here. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How could you not know that you have two people in your body? Like, really, by 6 months, they're moving. Wouldn't you say, Natalie? I mean, they're very active.
I would. I don't understand how that's possible at all.
That is our take on the TV show I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant, which my husband calls I Forgot I Was Beeping. And you fill in the blank on that beep. You're watching Mommy Talk Show, and we want to thank our relocation sponsor, Return to Eden. Make sure you like them on Facebook, and I will put a link to their Facebook fan page below this post on Mommy Talk Show.